Senator James Orengo has termed the signing into law the Election Laws Amendment Bill as a retrogressive act. President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected to sign the controversial bill today, and Orengo, who has been leading NASA anti-IEBC demos in Nairobi, says NASA principals Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, who are in the UK and US respectively, are expected back in the country over the weekend. He insisted that NASA demos will continue despite the directive by acting Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i. Our reporter Timothy Otieno is at the Capitol Hill with more and now joins us live from there. Timothy, a very good afternoon. Defiance continues from the NASA side, it seems.
Well, indeed, Akisa, defiance is the word to describe the message coming out of the Capitol Hill this afternoon after CIS Senator James Orengo indeed said that the demonstrations are on. They are going to be leaving this particular premise, heading straight into the Central Business District, where Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i yesterday said was out of bounds for NASA protesters. And James Orengo's argument is simple. If the government did not want them to demonstrate within the CBD, then they should have halted the demonstrations altogether. And right now, Akisa, the vehicles have since been lined up just outside this particular area, and most of the members of parliament have since boarded their vehicles as they head towards the town center. We've been able to see Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, Homa Bay Woman Representative Gladys Wanga, as well as nominated Senator Rose Nambuyo, who are leading the charge and insisting that they will continue with the demonstration. So perhaps if you could just be able to walk outside right now and just look at this procession. The interesting thing, Akisa, is that this lineup that you're seeing right now is that the police seem to have since arrived at this particular area, and either they are following this particular crowd or they're trying to stop them from going to the Central Business District. And the lineup that you're seeing is just of some of the members of parliament who are within this particular area and are trying to get their way straight into town. I've just passed the vehicle of Honorable Gladys Wanga. Let's just see if you'll be able to talk to her briefly. Mheshimiwa, asante sana kwa kuzungumza na KTN News. Despite the directive, you guys are still heading into the Central Business District. Talk to us.
The directive by Matiang'i is illegal. It flies in the face of the law. We cannot respect it. We cannot give away our rights. We cannot surrender our rights to demonstrate and to picket peacefully. We know the people who do the damages, and it is the so-called Nairobi business community. It is not NASA demonstrators. And we will demonstrate that we are peaceful in our demonstrations. And we will not move. We will not be intimidated by Matiang'i and his illegal directives. We have seen them before. We will overcome this as well.
All right, thank you. We'll let you go. That's, of course, Homa Bay Woman Representative Gladys Wanga, who are heading straight into town. Earlier on, there was a bit of confrontation between a few of the NASA supporters and the police this morning. Somewhere along Ngong Road, tear gas canisters were lobbied. The crowd dispersed. They have since regrouped here at the Upper Hill, the NASA offices in Upper Hill, and they are heading towards town. Now, it's important to note also that they are saying that the protests will go on until late into the evening, and that any directive by the police is simply trying to intimidate what they believe is their democratic right enshrined under Article 37 of the Constitution to picket and peacefully demonstrate. Uhuru Park grounds, where they had gathered on Wednesday in large numbers before they began the procession into the Central Business District, today it appears that grounds will be off limit for the NASA group. We were able to spot early in the morning members of the military who were conducting some sort of training in those grounds. The entrances, both entrances on the side of Haile Selassie Avenue and the side of Kenyatta Avenue towards Serena, entering into Uhuru Park grounds, have been sealed off by the military, and we did see a bit of marching inside there, so there could be some sort of military training going on, or they could have been deployed there to stop the NASA crowd from getting into the Central Business District. So heading into the afternoon, Akisa, the confrontation may be on even as the crowd heads towards the Central Business District. Akisa, and from here we could be hearing something like either gunshots or tear gas canisters being lobbied just on our right-hand side. We'll try and see if we can be able to get the picture of that, even as the NASA supporters continue to remain defiant that the demonstrations will go on, despite the fact that President Uhuru Kenyatta has assented to the Elections Amendment Bill that was approved by Senate just a few days ago, Akisa.
All right, Timothy, we'll let you follow that particular entourage that's heading to the CBD to just see the kind of situation that we are in for, given that directive by the Interior CS or Acting Interior CS Fred Matiang'i for demonstrators not to go to the central business districts in Nairobi, Kisumu and Mombasa. So we will be following up on that, not just Nairobi. Remember, our reporters are also stationed in Kisumu and Mombasa, so they will be bringing us those updates momentarily.